So this is gonna be a stiff leg rack pull. A rack pull just means you're pulling from the bar elevated in the rack. And you can do that if you have safeties within your squat rack or like I have outside of my squat rack. Also, if you don't have safeties, you could stack some bumper plates or some steps to rest the bar a little bit higher, but starting from about knee height is gonna be key to this lift. So what you wanna do is set up the bar in your safeties at around knee height. That's gonna be sufficient range of motion for this lift because we are not bending the knees. You're probably familiar with your normal RDL technique where you can get quite a bit lower, but that's because we're incorporating quite a bit of knee bend in an RDL. Just as a little test, keep your knees locked out and your back straight and see how far down you can hinge before your back starts to round. For me, it's right here, right at about knee height. And you'll see when I get into the lift, it's gonna work perfectly. Again, if I go any lower than this, from right here, my hamstrings are screaming, super stretched. If I go any lower, it's either gonna be because I'm rounding my back or because I'm bending my knees. And with this lift, we wanna do neither. You wanna go as low as you can with straight knees and a flat back. I will also say if you've never done any stiff leg deadlifting, it's gonna feel weird at first. You're gonna want to go lower, you're gonna want to bend your knees, but that's the point of the safeties. It's not gonna let you go too deep to the point in which you'd either round your back or bend your knees. So make sure your bar is set at knee height or actually just above is what I recommend. I do recommend using straps, especially as this gets heavier. Feet are gonna be shoulder width. Make sure your bar is not set all the way at the back of the safety because we're gonna be tapping it every rep. Kind of roll it into the middle a little bit. Set up, feet shoulder width. Hands are gonna be just outside your knees. Walk forward until the bar touches your knees with a slight bend. Straighten out your knees, straighten out your back, and think about pushing the ground down with your heels. You'll see that I'm tapping the bar on the safety between reps just to make sure I'm going low enough, even resting for a millisecond between reps. Remember, as you're going through the lift, you want to think about lifting by pushing the ground down and extending the hips, not lifting through your lower back. So you're going to start in this position and you're thinking about pushing the ground down and extending the hips like this. Now, if you find that you can't get the bar set up in exactly the right position, maybe your rack is a little bit too high. What you can always do is you can modify where you are. And so if you need to add a little bit of range of motion, you can't quite get the perfect bar height, you can put a plate down on the ground like this, and you can set up and you can kind of use a little bit of plate elevation to customize your starting position if you need to.